Good evening, students. Sorry for delay. As I was busy with some work, I could not come at the daytime. So let's start with today's topic, that is Swaraj in plantation. Swaraj, as I have already told you, self-rule. And plantation, you know what is a plantation? Plantation is a name given to an estate on which commercial crops are grown, like tea, tobacco, coffee, etc. Basically, you can also call it as a farm. It is a huge means farming on a very large scale of a particular kind of crop. These are basically commercial crops, not like all utensils and rice, wheat, not like that, but tobacco, coffee, tea, etc. I'm sure you must be knowing tea plantations are mostly found in hill station because of the weather condition. Hmm. So we had already discussed about rebellion in the countryside, then movement in the towns. The topic was going on non-cooperation Khilafat movement, and we were studying about different strands, differing strands within the movements, means differences within the movement, means all the people did join the movement, but they had their own set of objective aspirations, goals which they wanted to fulfill. Now we studied about the countryside, that countries in in urban areas, student, teachers, etc. must did join the movement. They participated, but it faded away. Then in the countryside also, people did join the movement, but they wanted freedom from the existing system of landlords or talukdars or zamindars, because they were fed up with the existing system of high revenues, doing begar or free work. Okay, all these things. Then we discussed the case about that community. Name of the community was Gudem Hills, Gudem community of Andhra Pradesh. They wanted change. They wanted forest laws to be scrapped, to be cancelled, because for generations they had been living on the forest, depending upon the forest produce, and with the passing of the Forest Act, their movement in the forest was restricted. Forests were classified into three categories, that was reserved, then for the community, and from the and one more was there. I just slipped. Okay, so now we come to the next part, that is Swaraj in the plantations. Unlike others workers, farmhouse is there, plantation is going on, farming is going on, so the owner, he alone could not do the work. So what they do, they hire labor as, and they work as workers. Workers too had their own understanding of Mahatma Gandhi and notion of Swaraj. Notion means a concept or belief. What is notion? Notion means concept or belief. Of Swaraj means they took self-rule in their own concept, in their own belief. For plantation workers in Assam, Assam is famous for tea. You must be knowing that Assam is famous for tea. Tea crops are grown mostly in Assam. All the tea that we drink, Taj Mahal, Lipton, etc., etc., most of the farming is done in Assam region. That is a very good the climate, all the conditions to raise a good crop are found in the state of Assam. Freedom meant right to move freely. See, to these people, freedom meant right to move freely in and out of the confined space. Confined here means closed off on all sides. Confined means close off on all sides, like this. Okay, they are confined with only one door, they are surrounded. Okay, means confined is surrounded by all side or closed by all side. Okay, stuck in between. So like the peasants of Awadh, they wanted freedom from landlord, talukdars, etc. Gudam community, they wanted land forest laws to be removed and freedom to move inside freely, come and go to the forest, practice their traditions and other things. These fellows, who workers of plantation, they wanted freedom to move in and out, means there is no stopping or there is no check on them either going out of the farm or coming into the farm. They should be given freedom, means whenever they want, they can easily go out or they can easily come, which were enclosed. Sorry, I just slipped. Confined means surrounded or confined or confined. Enclosed over here means close off on all sides. Okay, there was just a confusion or misunderstanding. Okay, enclosed means closed from all sides. Both the things are identical. Okay, both the things are identical, but some differences are there. Okay, in you can say it is a sort of synonym of each other, like confined and enclosed, and it meant retaining a link with the village from which they had come. Retaining means to retain, to keep. Retaining means to retain, retain means to keep a link with the village from which they had come. So basically what happened with the passage of a law, that was Inland Immigration Act. Inland Immigration Act of 1859. So the government at that time passed a law which restricted the movement of laborers from farm or into the farm, means farmers or the laborers cannot leave the farm without prior permission. Actually this was cash crop tea. It is a cash crop which was sold in Britain, and it was high it was highly demanded in Britain. So to fulfill the requirements or fulfill the demands, Britishers wanted its production to be high all the time, so they did not allow the farmers or the workers to move out, so that the production or the process of making this one tea bags and tea leaves, okay, is not affected, and it keeps on going smoothly, so they can trade off and earn more money. So they passed a law, that is Inland Immigration Act in 1859, which restricted the movement of workers, means workers cannot go out of the farm at any time without proper permission. It is given plantation workers were not permitted to leave the tea gardens without permission, and the problem was they were rarely, means hardly given such permissions, means they kept on trying but very less time they were given permissions to go out of the farm. When they heard of non-cooperation movement, thousands of workers defied. Defied means deny. Defied means deny or refused to obey, which you all people do. The authorities left the plantation and headed home. So when these people, workers, they heard of the movement, Swaraj call and non-cooperation movement, they thought that now new rule is going to come and all old existing system is going to be changed, and that land will be confiscated. Confiscated means taken away from the landlords and distributed among the farmers in the village. So what they did, they picked up the things and left the farm without taking any such permission from the government or from the authorities. But there was a problem. There was a big problem. The problem was non-cooperation. Non-cooperation. The problem was this non-cooperation. Earlier we had studied in the cities, that movement in the cities, people went on strike and left their job. Left their job. People went on strike and left their job. So this was the main cause of problem for these people, as movement had already started in the cities, then it went to the countryside, then it also came to the plantation workers. So they left the things, they left the farm, they headed to their homes. Okay, but people were on strike. There was no train, no bus. Then how, or no water transport. So without transport facilities, they were stranded, stuck. Stranded means stuck. They were stuck on the way. Railway and steamer strike. They were caught by the police and brutally beaten up. Since they were stuck on the way, they could not reach to their home. So obviously they got stranded or stuck in the way. Now police was after them since they left without taking permission. So authorities complained to the police that all the laborers, they left the farm without our permission. So police went in search of these people and they were caught and they were brutally beaten up. Means they were given again harsh treatment or punishment for defying the law or defying the mandate of the government. The visions of these movements were not defined by the Congress program. They interpreted the term Swaraj in their own ways, imagining to be a time when all suffering and all trouble would be over. Congress, Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and all the other prominent leaders, they did ask for the support. They asked the people to support the movement. Everybody was motivated or persuaded to come and join the movement. But vision of the movement was not made clear. Means there was lack of unity. I told you all the people, they did join the movement, but each had its, or each community or the group of people, they had their own set of what issues. They had their own set of issues or their own problems for which they wanted some solution, or their sufferings which they wanted to end. Okay, so what they did, they thought, now Mahatma Gandhi started a movement, this and this, so we will join the movement for our particular cause. Means number of people joined the movement but for their own cause, instead of having a common cause. Each one had its own different cause. Imagining to be a time when all suffering and all trouble would be over, they thought that if we join the movement, then our all suffering, our all troubles will be over. Okay, once the movement is started and we win, and with the winning or with the completion of the movement, we will achieve our objective, our goal. Yet when the tribals chanted Gandhi ji's name and raised slogan demanding Swatantra Bharat, they were also emotionally relating to all India agitation. Agitation means concern. Agitation means concern. They were concerned about Swatantra Bharat, but the immediate cause of joining the movement was not Swatantra Bharat. It was getting rid or getting over with their problems. Their hope was that their suffering and troubles will be over. After that came Swatantra Bharat. Had that been Swatantra Bharat first, and after that their suffering and troubles would be over, the things would have been different. Okay, the things would have been much different if the scenario was other. Instead of for them, this was first and this was second. Had it been second and this Swatantra Bharat been first, the outcome would have been much different. Okay, when they acted in the name of Mahatma Gandhi or linked their movement to that of the Congress, they were identifying with a movement which meant beyond the limits of their immediate locality. When they acted in the name of Mahatma Gandhi or linked, okay, the same thing, if they would have acted in the name of, really in the name of Mahatma Gandhi and towards the movement that Congress wanted them to go, then the effect of the movement would have been much different. The outcome would have been much different. We saw that movement faded away. The movement failed. People took to violence. This would have been other case. The movement would have been extended for longer time and results would have been in favor of the Indians. Now next is civil disobedience movement. Means defying of the laws or defying the government. In February 1922, Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw non-cooperation movement. Okay, Gandhi ji saw that the violence is there all the place. Either satyagrahis have taken to the violence or they fell back, they went back from movement and started joining the British government as the alternative to the British infrastructure was slow to come up. Many places Britishers, they used force, they used heavy force to suppress the movement, to crush the movement or the revolt that originated or that started. He felt that movement was turning violent. Violent means hinsatmak, okay, use of force. and satyagrahis needed to be properly trained before they would be ready to for mass struggle. Mass struggle against mean to start the movement on a large scale. So for that Gandhiji thought now is not the time to continue with the movement. Let us first prepare, let us first gather or have some basics that should be kept in mind before starting the movement or before going on with the movement, and teach them the basics of non-violence. Remember that statement, if someone slaps you on right cheek, instead of hitting back you put forward your left cheek. Okay, this what will do, make make that person or oppressor realize that he is doing wrong, he is doing injustice. So Gandhiji wanted people or satyagrahis to learn this concept, then they can again start with the movement. To be properly trained before they would be ready for mass struggle. Within the Congress, some leaders were by now tired of mass struggles and wanted to participate in elections to the provincial councils that had been set up by the Government of India Act 1919. Now this is very important, Government of India Act. I am sure most of you will definitely try to go for some government jobs. When you prepare for government job, this particular thing is very very important, so pay utmost attention to what I am going to tell you now. It was a result of many regulations, many acts which were passed prior to this. It started with regulating Act of which year? Can anyone tell me? 1773. Now we all know Britishers first came to India as East India Company to trade with India all the spices. Why they came, that is another story. I'll just tell you in a brief, very short. They wanted spices, as in Britain during winters there is heavy snowfall, and because of that agriculture is not possible, so they switch over to non-vegetarian, mutton, meat. And meat they cannot eat on their own, unlike vegetables, they need spices. So they needed spices, and because of the trouble in the Middle East, their supplies were disrupted. Then there was Dutch who came to the India, so the merchants of in England, they made a company that was called East India Company in the year 1600s to trade with the spices and earn money. So they came to India, they started trading, but there were some problems going on. Things did not turn as or went on as they wanted, so British Parliament interfered in the working of the East India Company. East India Company. And with the passing of Regulating Act of 1773, East India Company was regulated by British Parliament. This was the first time British Parliament did interfere in the working of the company, and with the passing of Regulating Act of 1773, East India Company was brought under regulation of British Parliament. Okay, this was the first time they started it, and year after year or after some time there were some changes I'm so sorry, were brought to these act, and finally in the year 1919 act was passed named as Government of India Act. This is a very important act. I am going to tell you some basic things, basically two things which were in this act. Is this one, let us now The act led to the expansion of participation of Indians in the government of India. So what was the most important thing in 1919 Act was expand participation of Indians. Expand participation of Indians in government of India. Second most important thing was diarchy. Introduction of diarchy. Diarchy means dual form of government. Dominant status was given in this, means a government will be formed made by the Indians, okay, but ultimately it will be controlled by the British. So provincial elections to the provincial council were made by the Government of India Act 1919. It made for dual form of governments, means Indians will also be there, they will have a separate government, then there will be a central government or the government controlled by the British. Okay, they felt, who felt? The leaders of Congress. Okay, leaders within the Congress felt that it was important to oppose British policies within the council. They thought, we tried movement, we tried everything, we tried violence, we were not able, we were outnumbered by the British. British was stronger than us. So it is clever, or it will be wise to oppose British policies within the councils. Means if we get elected to the parliament, we can oppose making of certain kind of laws. Like in the past we had Rowlatt Act. Okay, what was that? Rowlatt Act, Anarchical and Revolutionary Crime Act, which was opposed, but since the participation of Indians was low, it was passed. So they thought, now if we have participation, we have a say in the parliament, we can stop such kind of harsh laws to be passed by the government. And also argue for reform, and also demonstrate that these councils were not truly democratic. Another thing was, if we are close to them, if we are in the parliament, we can tell them that this is not democratic, this is dictatorship, you are dictating the terms on us and we are following. It should be on the other way. Means both of us have equal say on the issue. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed Swaraj Party within the Congress to argue for a return to council politics. But younger leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose passed for more radical mass agitation for full independence. Now these fellows, along with some other revolutionaries or freedom fighters, they wanted for full independence. Purn Swaraj. Some people, they were happy with provincial council and they wanted to participate in the elections for diarchy, means dual form of government. Whereas some prominent leaders or the younger leaders, they wanted Purn Swaraj or full independence. So this was the way how the things were unfolding after the suppression of the non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement, why did it suffer, was discussed earlier. Means what Congress and Mahatma Gandhi thought the way should be, it was taken by some other way. Means instead of having a common notion, a common objective for Swaraj, Swatantra Bharat. The people went for other way. They meant or they joined the movement for their own cause, for listening or for getting a solution for their own problems and agony. That's it for today. Hope you have understood. In case of any problem or any topic or any explanation on any particular point, do leave your questions in the comment box. Next, I will try to make a separate video on Government of India Act 1919, in which I will cover everything from the beginning. Okay, how the things unfolded and how the various reforms or various acts were passed, various bills were introduced, what were the salient features. So that video might be a little lengthy, and that video will be of help to get some extra knowledge and for your later life, for your career. Okay, thank you. Good night. Ashfaq sir.